Hello and welcome to Industry Talks with Shobita, presented by UDMA. So today we have Mr. Apoorv Jain with us, who is a young and dynamic entrepreneur. He is founder and head sales and marketing of World of Windows. So welcome Apoorv sir, and thank you for connecting with us today.
Hello, Shobita madam. Thank you very much. Thank you, Udma. It was a pleasant surprise to receive your call for this session, and it is always great to connect with the industry. So, really looking forward to this session.
Sir, you are so young, handling entire manufacturing unit by yourself and doing so well. So when did you start and how?
Well, it all started in 2011. I completed my engineering in 2010. By the way, I'm a chemical engineer by qualification. So after completing my engineering, I came back home, and as you said, I was very excited to do some startup or start some business of my own. And with full family support, my father had almost, I would say, more than 20 years of experience in PVC industry, and along with the full family support, my mother, my Nanaji especially. So all the resources came together, and finally we shortlisted to start this uPVC door and window manufacturing unit.
So as a uPVC window manufacturer, how is your current situation at this moment?
I would say current situation is, if I have to say it in single word, it is very interesting.
Okay.
Especially now that we have once in a lifetime situation post COVID, the pre COVID, post COVID comparisons that are happening across the globe in every industry, every field. So post COVID, the situation is interesting because we are having a reasonable, if I talk from sales point of view, we are having a good lead flow. We are having good walk-ins in the showroom. The actual business is also, I would say, somewhat similar to pre-COVID period.
Okay.
The customers are making the decisions very quickly. In the sense, those who had their work stuck because of COVID, those who had started their sites, their residential sites, commercial sites, and had planning of installing uPVC systems. So they are wanting to close the project as soon as possible so that everyone is, in the hindsight, scared of the third wave coming soon. So earlier, if I would say, let's say for example, we used to take 5 meetings to close a deal, be it a yes or no. A customer is now closing it in 2 or 3 meetings only.
Okay, then that's
So
great.
this is the good part. And the challenging part is, as everybody in the industry knows, it's been almost 1 year since the price increase started, and we are on the initial curve only. Everything, every material, our industry, at be it the metals and all the interior products, everything is increasing. So that is the main thing that we are trying to handle, because if we give a quote to a customer today and he comes back after 2 months, we are unable to offer him the same price. Earlier it was reasonably possible for us to somehow manage and offer the same price which the customer took from us 2 months ago. But now even after 15 days, we have to recalculate for once, and because the market is so dynamic. So this is the situation. So business, I would say in short, is good, but then the dynamics have changed. The market is not very stable. So before taking every order, we need to just check what we quoted, what is the actual current situation.
So one challenge you have already shared with us. So any more challenges that you're facing currently?
Interesting challenge which we faced, or rather which we are facing right now, is the customers who were convinced with the product, who were more or less satisfied to go ahead with uPVC pre-COVID, or even after the first lockdown when the market started again, and then again their site got stuck because of the second lockdown. So they suddenly become very tight on budget, because depending on their site status, they are now forced to either switch to cheaper option or to switch to a cheaper material. So convincing these customers who were already convinced, but now because of the situation, they are also 50-50 whether they can actually invest that much amount in Windows or not. So this is one of the biggest challenges that we are facing. So and another challenge which our sales team has especially faced, is reconnecting with the architects and interior designers. because during the COVID period, many of us have lost many near and dear ones during our in our family. So still there is a little hesitancy from many architects, especially senior architects and interior designers, to have one-to-one meetings. Even though we have Zoom, we have Google Meet, and we have WhatsApp video calls, which we are trying to do the best possible with. But this reconnecting has also taken a very long time, and we would have almost 1 or 2 meetings in a month with our regular architects and interior designers. But I think now it's been more than 15 months since we had a meeting with any of the regular architects. So these are the two challenges: convincing the customer who was convinced, and reconnecting with the architects and the interior designers and contractors.
So, what is your forecast for next year for you, for industry, presuming there will be no COVID third wave?
After the second wave, we've stopped forecasting, we've stopped setting annual targets. My direct message to the sales team is let's go just month by month. Right. So practically we are doing no forecasting, but yeah, the trend that we are seeing is I think that price increase which we've seen for last 1 year will still go on at least till March 22. I don't find any reason why this price increase will even stabilize. Let's forget the prices going down. This price increase should go on, or rather will go on till March at least. And but yeah, on a business point of view, 21-22 will surely be better than 2021 because business is there. It's just about how fast you can close the deal. Because as I mentioned earlier, the customers are taking the decisions quickly.
So, sir, what do you expect from UDMA?
Well, UDMA is already doing really great job. And one thing which recently we saw in the group was about the standards. It's almost nearing to actual completion and implementation. So standards, I am personally very much eagerly waiting for standards, because that will help the end customer decide, or rather filter between different fabricators, different suppliers. Right now, there is no benchmark for the end customer to decide who is a good fabricator, what is the basis of choosing between two fabricators. So I'm very much waiting to see those standards come into action, and then we could implement it and explain to architects and customers also. Oh, Second thing which you are already working on is the skilled labors. That is a very good initiative. But yeah, I know it takes time. Your second training center is coming up in Chennai. But somehow if we could start moving people in different cities also from those skilled training centers. So because most of them are, I think, confined to Delhi NCR or Bombay, Bangalore, mostly Tier 1 cities. This is the second point. Third, I think if UDMA could do something to connect directly with the architects, because the UDMA standards, for example, the manufacturing standards booklet which you have, it's a great booklet which you've finally compiled, and every sales guy in my team has that booklet separately with them to explain, or to, if anything needs to be clarified to the architect, they just open the booklet and refer to that. So, but if that can be somehow communicated directly to the architect, that could be a really great effort. And again, the sales training thing which you started, that was also quite helpful for our team also. And so if we can move that on a more aggressive way, so I think this would help the industry overall, because right now I feel most of us are fighting between each other only. The whole industry is fighting each other for business, and instead we should collaborate instead of fight for orders. Somehow the order has to go only to one person eventually, but more on the collaborative front instead of the fighting front or desperate selling front, that would be beneficial for the whole industry. That's what I believe.
Yes, sir. The finalization of standards are in their final stage, and for fabricators, we are bringing UDMA certified fabricator program in association with IFT, where the fabricators would be certified after inspection of their manufacturing units. And the third point is very valid. that is approaching the architects, and we've already started that, but due to COVID scenario this activity was paused, but definitely very soon we are going to restart it. So sir, how you would contribute to UDMA?
Well, see, I'm personally bored of installing casement windows, sliding windows. It's been years since we are doing the regular thing of casement sliders, casement sliders. So I am all open to do out of the box work. Like recently, I shared one of the photos where we made a facade of 3 meter width and almost 15 meters height in uPVC, which was, I think, the most challenging work I did in last 10 years. So uh, I'm not just doing it out of purely business mindset. There's a passion for doors and windows that is also driving me. So based on this experience of 10 years and uh, uh, of production, installation, sales, everything, I can share or I can even train whatever as the case may be, the best and the fair practices in all the fields.
So yes, sir, the sharing of experience is one of the biggest contribution a person can make.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, we have so many great people on our platform UDMA. uh, I mean, people with double triple the experience than what I have. So if we could collaborate it into something which could be more interactive for the end person who is making the window, who's installing the window, so that our end customer feels much more happy. So that is what our objective should be.
So thank you, Apoorv sir, for being our guest today and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you once again to UDMA and you for giving this opportunity to me. And if anything where I can be a part of or I can help you, I'm open for it. Please connect with me anytime. And all the best to all the industry people, the profile suppliers, reinforcement, hardware, the fabricators. It's a really, I would not say uncertain time, but very volatile and dynamic time that we are facing. And let's just be together and pass through this time.
So the moral of the story is, if we share our experiences and knowledge with each other within the industry itself, then definitely industry will become better. So this is Shobhita Mishra signing out. See you in the next episode of Industry Talks by UDMA.